Hello, folks. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. This is that time of the day when we are having communication moments with Dr. Godswill Oki. Last time we looked at letters. We looked at letters and their features, characteristics, and implications. And this time around, we shall be looking at notices and circulars. Notices and circulars. Depending on how much or how much the length of time we have and how much time we devote to any, we will spill over maybe for the next and continue in the next session. Let's start with notices. But by the way, endeavor to subscribe to this channel. It's doing a wonderful job to refresh memories and to bring to our attention those little communication things which are quite important, both in our personal lives and in the organizations where we work. So we shall be looking at notices and circulars, but first we start with notices. These are formal announcements. They are formal announcements which are intended for a group of workers or for a group of people. More often than not, there are skills. You require skills even to write notices. It may sound commonplace, but if you don't get it right, your notice will be misunderstood and it will misdirect the people for whom it's intended to. Notices are written in organizations for workers, and as we know, like what obtains in Nigeria, for instance, are posted as strategic locations, either within a department or within the organizations, for people to see and read. The information in notices, they can either be specific or they can be general. Specific in the sense that you're passing across information for a group of people, as may be. General in the sense that it could include a larger group of people. For instance, we are going to have a holiday, therefore, members of this department are not supposed to be, you're informed. So some other people of other departments could also imbibe that information. Notices they're formal, like United, and they follow very precise form of writing. Only the key points. You state only the key points in writing notices. You don't waste time on pleasantries. There's nothing about pleasantries there. They are devoid of extra details. As much as possible, extra details should be avoided because they become noisy and they distract. For example, if you're writing a notice about a meeting, the only information you require in that notice will be information about when is the meeting going to take place, where, and what kind of meeting are you going to have, especially for those for whom that notice is meant for. And thereafter you sign and put the designation of the person who sent that information. So notice writing also has its formats, which I've just mentioned in a nutshell. The format in notice writing include the name of the organization or the unit. Let's assume it's even a club in a university or wherever, a higher institution or a social club or what. You put the name of that organization and where it is coming from. Where is it, the notice being issued from? Is it from the chief executive or departmental head or manager? And you put the title. The title is usually notice. You put notice because it's a notice. You put the title in notice. And then the date. You write the date of that notice. Why is it important to write the date? It's important to write the date so you indicate when that notice came out, and of course the date on which you're going to have that particular event for which the notice is put out. And it helps readers to know when that notice was written, and it serves also as a reference. You can refer to that notice later on at a point in time and say, this is the time that I got this notice, you know. The heading of the heading has to be there. In the heading, you put the subject matter of the meeting, maybe departmental meeting, as may be the case. That provides an idea of what the meeting of that the notice is all about. Then the body of the notice is not much. It's going to contain the basic details about what that notice is all about. The main content of that notice. It is kept short, it is kept precise, and it is informative. It must be informative. If it is not, it's no longer a notice. And thereafter, you have the signature. You ought to sign a signature to it. So even if it's an email you're sending across, there's always the digital signature you sign, and then the designation of the person from whom the composer of that notice. The essence of this is to endeavor to show that this notice is authentic. It's not only authentic, it is coming from this office. Not only is it coming from this office, it's undersigned by Mr. A or Mr. B. And when it's there, it's expected that it will, you have some actions, that will come as a result of that notice. Thank you very much for what we've been able to do. And a lot of communication things have gone on in Nigeria, and that's my area of interest. That's my country. That's where we are from. And now the letters that I saw was the first lady. The first lady, elegantly dressed at Aso Rock, talking about agriculture. That is a perfect public relation um, device, as may be. It talks to the heart of the matter. It talks to the other Nigerians. It talks to ladies. It talks to each and every one of us to go back to the farm. But then, what I think that could have been done it should have been much more natural as it is. Yeah, the first lady has no business not being elegantly dressed. But if you're in a garden situation, if you're gardening, there are certain wears you're not supposed to wear. But the first lady was dressed almost as if she was attending a meeting of the first ladies. So maybe, or how would it have been if she was in a real farm? Because that's where a majority of women and those in rural areas dwell. That's where they farm. You go to a real farm, and even if you dress in some humbler habits, and make those comments, which are very informative, make them in either in pidgin English or put them across in either Yoruba, Hausa, or Igbo, whatever language she feels comfortable with. I think it's going to resonate more than being that elegant situation that it is. Not that it's not good, that's a very good public relation too, but it may backfire, bearing in mind that Nigerians are going through a lot, and what do you call it? Media effects. People block out information. So the information should have been much more empathetic, to identify with the people. How do you identify with the people in this case? Dressing humbler, though it's an African, we're well dressed, but dressing humbler, be in a real farm situation and not in a scientific farm, and having those other people come around also dressed in such situation. And also it's actually something that can be campaigned about, the first lady's farming competition, because these are ways to ensure inclusive farming, which we need at this moment. But it was a good effort, it was a good public relation effort, but how empathetic it was is not something I can say, uh, because of the situation Nigerians are going through. Thank you once again. We will continue next time. We'll be looking at circulars. Thank you for your letters. This is Communication Moments with Dr. Godswill Key. Whatever your needs may be, consulting, proposal writing, advertising, we are here for you. Keep writing in your letters, and I hope that the answers I give often are quite helpful, as may be the case. Thank you and have a wonderful day.